Okay, welcome back. As I said in the last video, we're going to take a look at a new aftermarket cylinder for a 555, 562, 560, 562 XP Husqvarna. And so this one here is just tell you, I went and looked at New West parts or New West Performance. I forgot which one it was, but I ordered directly from them and to see what it was they had. After going back and forth, it was kind of it was easy enough to deal with them, and they were good, responsive. But shipping was a little bit more, so it was vastly cheaper to go directly from Taiwan. So this is from Taiwan, of course, and let's take a look at how this cylinder looks. It actually looks amazingly well, and I'll give you some numbers on here as well. And so I'm thinking that I'm just going to run this stock, and then the bigger caps, of course, like the 562 caps. Let's see. Let's see if we can see in here. There's just a little bit of casting issues down in here. Not actually very much. Otherwise, it's mostly pretty dang actually nice in there. So that's kind of pretty nice, right? And then of course in here it's got the standard little bit of a lip shard edge, and I haven't decided whether I'm going to take this down and get better flow in here to the transfers, or actually run it like this. I actually kind of, the numbers aren't that bad. So looking in here, see if we can get down in here and see. There's your hash marks down in there. Chamfering is actually pretty nice on this, as you can kind of see. There was one little blemish right in here below the intake, but that is really nothing, just some weird blemish that when they had the piston or one of the parts in there. So that's the only thing, but it's really nothing feeling wise in there. And then if you're also going to do a base gasket delete, one thing to kind of look for is it seemed like you have to clearance the bottom of this for a base gasket delete, and that would go, let me pick the tripod up, and that would go right down into this lip right here. You can kind of see right there, that shiny spot is down in here is where it was hitting. So if I put the cylinder on here like so, and you get it down, it almost feels good, but what you can do is rock this back and forth and find if it hits down anywhere along here or along here or down in here. And this is the one spot that it was hitting. So I knew it felt a little off. And then of course there's either clearance to case in here. Oops, camera's off. Sorry about that. Either clearance to case in here or in here. And then you could also clearance the case, get you guys set right back up, or you can take a file and you can clearance it right there on the case, just enough so it doesn't rub on that lip. So that's kind of what you're looking at right there. So I just thought I'd show it to you. Actually, it's, like I said, really nice looking in there. So I may just basically run it as is to see how it is on this 555 down in there. There's your squish band, actually really nice. So, I'm actually pretty pleased. So I don't know what the plating is like grinding it, if you're going to be port work, but like I said, you can kind of see the hash marks are really nice. It's a finer, it's not like really god awful bad in there, and you can kind of see. So pleased. New West or NWP, New West parts or New West Performance, I forgot which one it is. Anyways, let's look at their piston. Their piston, here you go. these are my marks in here when I was timing it. The only blemish is you can kind of see right along this bottom down in here. And I'll clean this edge up. It's a little sharp, but that's the only blemish on this thing, is the ugliness here. So it's lighter weight than a stock piston. Here's your stock piston right here. I have the weights, so we're talking 83 grams for the stock piston, 79 for it, so it's already a little bit lighter. Kind of see the differences here as I kind of spin it around, but you can kind of see that it looks pretty decent. I'm not sure if it's showing up in there, but it does have some of the lines, grooves across here, so it looks pretty good. To make it, I could do a little bit of work in here to lighten it up, possibly a little bit, maybe another gram or so, by smoothing out some of these edges in here that are sharp on the bottom. Could probably take a little bit off of here, kind of see that's in here if I wanted to lighten it up. Possibly some in here, just a little bit. I'm not going to do a whole heavy lot of lightening work. And then what I'm going to use as well, I have the one that came with it, 11 grams, and the stock one's 9 grams. So I actually wrote on them 11 and 9. So you can kind of see that I'm going to use the stock wrist pin from here. The old one, it's significantly thinner inside diameter wise. This is the original, this is the aftermarket. So I'm going to use this one a little lighter. So after the whole kabooms, that's 2 there, that's 4 and 2, 6. So I got 6 grams already just using this combo, lighter than the stock setup. So, or actually, I stand corrected, but it'll be aftermarket stock. It'll be that 6. Otherwise, it's 4 grams using this combination. So, anyways, thought I would show you what NWP New West looks like here. Some vendors are taking and utilizing them. Now, let's look at some stuff. So, basket cases that I got a parts bin of. That's how I built this 562 over here. And this one was actually, somebody had ported these cylinders, and so this is like rough. So let me get you the stock, what a stock looks like, so you can kind of see back and forth here. There's a good side by side, so you can kind of see what they did. Now, I'm not sure if that opening up these side windows here, and this, by the way, this is, I don't know who did them, but they got it really aggressive on their port work, and it was fairly ugly port work. So, but if you look at it, those are the fresh air vents that come in here. So that's the fresh air. It doesn't get any fuel. Fuel is all coming through the center here, and it goes through there. So they didn't do a whole lot touching up on the center, which is fine, but to spend a lot of time up here on your fresh vent air ports, to me it doesn't make sense, because you still only getting that much flow through there. So it's not like you're going to be matching ports or anything. So it's like, to me, it's like wasted time. And I think I've read and seen other people comment on the same deal. So they went in there, didn't really touch moving the intake on this one. They did on this one. As you can kind of see, they went in there and tried to hog it out. So it's rough, you guys. So then what they did is also they went into the transfer caps and they took it off in here. So you can see how much they really ground in here. Again, I'm not sure if this buys you anything. And of course, they weren't very clean on their grinding. And when I flip it over, you can kind of see they came through the exhaust bolt hole right there. So it's kind of amusing. And then this one, they did not. So whether it kind of has the appearance of the same guy, did port work on both these transfers, but also only did the chamber without really doing the inside and changing the inside too much. It shows possibly a little bit of work here, but on this one, but not much. So really, these are unsalvageable. You can kind of see the lower transfers back and forth. Now I have done lower transfer work, but the problem here that I see is they didn't take this out here, this piece here. And so as you can kind of see, there's this much flow restriction. And if you cut this down here and cut it over here and remove that and almost make it flush, then you will get more flow or smoother flow coming through the transfers here versus in the case and how it all gets worked down. So if we go back over, what we're talking about is that lip that we're talking about here, oops, let's see, this lip here, right here, goes actually down right in here. And this is where it will restrict some of that flow if you want to talk like that. Otherwise, if you remove this piece right in here, you actually open this flow passages up a little bit more where you could possibly get more flow up the transfer. So anyways, very interesting. Thought you'd maybe be interested in seeing what that looked like as far as some basically ugly port work. I'm not saying I'm great port job either, but this would be like something I did in the beginning of my port career a few years back. And anyways, people have to learn somewhere, right? Obviously this ran for a little bit, but in turn, that's how I see some areas of passage through here, is how you try to remove if you're looking for better flow. They did open up the exhaust on the outlet, but really very little inside. You can see a little bit of marks where they got on this one here a little bit, but they obviously didn't cut the top very much. Similar, they just brushed the top of this one just a little bit. Probably didn't change it very much. Anyways, so ugly port work from there. Now let's talk about the numbers. So New West, these numbers, stock numbers without a base gasket, squish was right at 20 thousandths. Exhaust was cracked open at 102. The transfers opened at 117, and the intake was 77. So that's not bad. That's only like one off of the work I did to this 555, 562 older stock cylinder when I was doing in there. And then the ring, it's a single ring gap at 8 thousandths. Wait, yeah, 8 thousandths. So very, very tight gap. So nice on that. Not too bad. But anyways, thought I'd show you what you got here for this aftermarket cylinder, since we haven't seen a whole lot of New West getting carried and picked up. I may still go ahead and cut this down here just to flow it, and then I will be able to test whether to see if there'll be any flaking that comes off of oops, camera, bad angle, any flaking that comes off of the cylinder coating itself. So I might test a little bit to see where that's at. But other than that, like I said, I think I was going to run this pretty much about stock and see how it turned out, because I can always pull it back off and actually do port work with numbers. All right, hope you enjoyed that, guys. Got a little lengthy on there, but all right, have fun porting. Try to clean it up. Try to stay away from ugliness. You can kind of see that. Woo. Yeah, be careful on your transfers. Don't probably need to open them like that and make them that ugly. All right, later.